Logan here for VIP Boxing, where I'm with former WBA international champion and British title challenger Jack Arnfield. Jack, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, Lee. Yeah, all right, getting fit again.
I'm laughing because we chatted about, I don't know, it was about 5 months ago. You were doing your first corner as a coach.
Yeah.
You was working with young Jackson Hume, and I thought I'd catch up with you because I think you officially were gonna just call it a day, and
Yeah.
you were thinking of coming back on a few occasions, but it was getting hard work, and British Boxing Board of Control were messing you around a little bit, and so you just said, nah, that's it, I'm calling it a day, that's it, I'm happy, I'm content, and here we are 5 months later, and we're less than 2 weeks away from your return after, I think, 6 years, mate.
Yeah, it'd be 6 years in February. Yeah, so it was 6 years in February gone,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Because that's when you fought Tommy Langford for the British title.
It was, yeah.
On the undercard of George Groves against Chris Eubank.
That's it, yeah.
So.
He was on the World Boxing Super Series undercard.
So go on then, why is this happening?
Yeah, as much as I said I was content, I've never been content, but I had a load of issues getting my licence back after getting arrested years ago. So I kind of was kidding myself, just pretending I was alright, and I miss boxing. I go through phases where I'm like, I miss it a lot, where it's to the point of I'm coming back fighting again. And then I'd get myself busy with business-wise, like opening gyms, shops, anything, keeping myself active and earning a living. And my gyms are doing alright. I PT a few hours a day, it covers all my bills and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what, I've got time on my hands, I can spare 3 or 4 hours a day to come train and rest after. So yeah, here I am. I didn't even tell Steve Wood or Mike Jennings that I'd applied for my licence. I just got training and told them I was doing it for something to do because I miss boxing. And then when I got my licence back, I then told him, by the way, I got my pro licence back. It was funny because Dave Jennings called it about 2 or 3 weeks before I actually told him, when you're up to something, I said, I'm not. But yeah, we saw right through it. But yeah, so I got it granted 3 weeks ago, and I'm now fighting in just less than 2 weeks.
Because you've always kept yourself really busy. I mean, when I was down there, you and your missus, you both compete, I don't know what it's called, it's but like hard rock, but it's like guerrilla warfare, it's just mad fitness, isn't it?
Yeah. So I like to keep myself in half decent shape. I mean, boxing is what I enjoy doing, but because I've not been doing it, I've then jumped into doing a bit of high rocks. So again, it gives me a goal to work for. If I've got nothing to train for, I'm not training. So when I finished boxing, I went a bit slobby for a little bit, and I thought, oh, I need a bit of a focus here. So I started doing these high rocks that my missus was really good at. So I started doing them with Laura. We've done a couple together. Well, I've done one together. She does them solo. I do them solo. But then boxing's come back on the scene, so I've kind of curbed it a little bit.
Well, you miss boxing that much that you even had in this period where you've not actually been fishing and fighting, you did a bare knuckle fight.
Yes, that was in 2019. That again, I enjoyed it, and I think if the boxing hadn't happened, I'd have probably done a bit more. I was in talks with a promoter or two a couple of months before I actually got my licence back. I was going to have another go. Again, I just enjoy a ruck. I just love a fight.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a fight. I like the competition.
Well,
so.
You've got a good opponent actually. Yeah, you got a kid who started his pro career when you had your last fight. I think it was a few months afterwards, back in 2018. The Camden caretaker.
Robbie Chapman.
Yeah. Fought our shows numerous occasions. Good solid pro. Big lad as well. And of course there's a few upsets, even on the road, because he started as a prospect. You know, I think he was 8-2, and I think he just got beat off Brad Pauls, who's now the British champion. Oh, should be the British champion because he drew with Nathan Heaney, didn't he?
Right, yeah.
Solid kid. I think in his last 10 or 12 fights, I think he's had about 4 draws or something like that on the road. So we know what he's about. So it's not an easy fight to come back to, mate.
No, I mean, I don't want easy fights. The first one back, they get me a bit of something. So you get taken out of the ratings, as you know, when you don't box. So there's no opportunity coming for me because I'm a load of risk and no reward for anyone. Like, I've not got a rating, I've not nothing there, so get me a bit of a fight, but get me back in them ratings, and I can start pushing and start giving people a bit of needle online and try and get myself into a fight.
Because you would be a great scout for anyone, you know, these young up and coming fighters who want to get into that top 10 and start fighting for titles. You know, with your wins over John Ryder, who went on to do amazing things after you beat him. You'd be a great scout for people, and I presume that's you're not going to allow them to be.
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I keep myself fit, and I'm enjoying boxing. I enjoy it, so I keep myself fit, and I'm not going to roll over for anyone. So if I was to get some big fight, I'd be going in to win that fight.
And you must know roughly where you stand, because you're in a gym here at Jennings, which is full of quality. At your weight, you've got former British champion and Commonwealth champion Jack Cullen here. You've got Mark Jeffries, who's got a big fight on the same night as you down in Wales. And I presume you've been a big sparring partner for all of them.
Yeah, I've done a little bit with Mark. I mean, I've sparred with Mark historically since he turned pro. We trained together from day one. So yeah, I do get good rounds in with Mark. We've got a lad called Leon Hughes here. I had my first round with.
Fantastic amateur.
Unbelievable. Like I knew he was good, and so sparring, I underestimated how good he was.
Yeah,
and
solid.
Hence the big black eye I've got. But yeah, some really good kids in the gym, and like I say, getting some good experience.
He just got to the finals of the ABAs this year, didn't he?
Yeah, he just got beaten in the senior ABAs. He didn't box great. He boxed a great kid. Leon's 10 times better than what he did on that night. But yeah, I think he's going to be a bit of a talent again. Fights up at cruiserweight at the moment. But yeah, he's a talent, yeah.
So you're excited for coming back then?
Yeah, can't wait. Well, less than 2 weeks to go, keep yourself fit. I'm on weight, in fact I'm a little bit underweight because Robbie Chapman's coming in at 79 kilo, so I'm sat at 78 kilo this morning. So I'm good, I can eat well, I can train hard.
With David Full weigh-ins, and if there's a big fight on the line, would you be back at super middleweight?
Yeah, so I've never boxed at super middle, I've always been down at middle, but I won't be making middle again, I'll be coming to super middle for anything. If something come at light heavy, worth me staying at light heavy, I would, but I'll be back down at super middle.
Yeah, like I say, I'm excited for this because actually on the same night we've got I think a Commonwealth super flyweight female Commonwealth title fight. And we've got your old young prodigy Jackson Hume on there. He's out for fight number 6.
That's it, yeah. So Jackson's I mean, I was going to carry on training, but he's taken a bit business venture on in Rochdale, so he's kind of relocated over there, so it makes no sense for him to come over and train with me. And then also, I'm, like I say, I've got training now, so I'm a bit busy myself, so for him to get the best out of himself, he's gone over there, which, yeah, he's great. Jackson's on the show, a few of the Blackpool lads are on the show, Louis Wright's on the show, and it's going to be a belting night. Yeah,
well, I believe he's got a good test, big heavyweight. And we've got the very talented Levi Barnes on there, Thomas Verdi on there. It's a quality card, mate, and perhaps one of your I know you had some really big fights at the AO Arena, but Blackpool was always a good place for you, wasn't it?
My favourite place to watch is definitely Winter Gardens, yeah, 100%.
I remember when I first started doing this, you and Brian were headlining down there, and it was absolutely hammered. There must have been 2,500 people there watching you lot, and I hope we can get it back to that, because that place, when that balcony's open, it's just phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, the atmosphere is great. It's like it's a bit like Bethnal Green, really. It's got everyone above you and round you.
Like a big Bethnal Hall, isn't it?
It's a nice place to fight, and it's good. They spent all the money on it, and it's a nice place to be now.
This is. So if you come through this, like we suspect you're going to come through this, what's next, and how quickly do you want to be out again, or are you just going to wait for that big phone call?
So I'm just going to plug away. I'm going to keep my eye on who's fighting, who's about, what opportunities come. Also, I'll be out again. I'll just be on to Steve, but get me on a show again in the next 3 or 4 months. Just get active, get this ring. Last time I boxed me 6 years, I had that BKB fight, but
what are you now, 34?
34, yeah.
34, well, young 34, because even with that BK fight, whatever it's called, that's 29 fights you've had.
Yeah, so to be fair, I've been boxing as a pro since I was 18, so nearly what 17 years, and I've only been active for 8. I've been banned for 9 of them, or out with injuries or breaks. So yeah, I'm still pretty fresh in the mind and the body. So
listen, I'm excited for you back, because if you can bring out the crowd that you used to bring, then it's going to be a special night there, and it'll be good for the rest of those young blokes, because Blackpool's got some real talented lads now, haven't they?
Yeah, there's some real good lads coming through. You've got young Jay Cadwell, like I say, Thomas Very. You've got Levi Barnes, who's Preston, but he's kind of Blackpool's adopted lad.
Based in here, that's where his amateur career was.
Yeah, there's a few good kids fighting out of Blackpool now, so yeah, they could turn out to be really big, exciting shows in the future. Yeah,
well, I think we're in for a treat on May the 11th at the Winter Gardens. So where we got a title fight, and I think we're being broadcasted live over to South Africa. So hopefully we get a big audience. And will Louise be talking to you afterwards and saying win number 26?
I'm pretty sure she'll be talking to me after with a good old win under my belt.
Jack, you take care, mate.
Nice one, Lee. Thanks.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.